I need a minute. We've just sat for ages doing all of Kim's tattoos. So if you want to go watch that video, it'll be linked below. Please go watch. But hi, I'm Lauren. I have some tattoos, and Kim's whored me out and said I have to do a tattoo tour.
You did a tattoo tour for your idea, right?
No, can't remember. I was putting lotion on my tattoos, trying to get good shots. I literally was like, this feels like I'm shooting a porno.
Yeah, if you ever want to feel odd, just lotion up next to your friend.
Kim had to do my back as well.
Yeah.
So Kim was like, we can do it separately, at least we have to lotion each other. So we're like, we can make some money off that.
Yeah.
And then you were like, done. And I was like, I need you to do my back. I can't reach my spine. So when we did Kim's video, she ended with lemon. I'm going to start with lemon. Hello, in whatever order you watch this. So I have the lemon tattoo. We talk about it in depth in the other one, but we may as well recap here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our favourite drag queen on this earth is Lemon. And we went to Drag Fest in 2022.
We know.
Did the maths. With ages, the meet and greet was run so badly. It's the most poorly organised event I've ever been to in my life. All I want is in-out pictures signed from Lemon.
Yeah.
And by the time we queued, like, I think it was like an hour and 20 by the time we were anywhere near the front. And then the people were walking up and they were like, oh, like, you've run out of time, no more autographs type thing. So we grabbed them, we were like, but we want to get our signature tattooed on us. And he's like, give me 1 minute. So he like ran back to ask, and he came back and he went, yeah, okay, that's perfectly fine. So yeah, Kim got Lemon's signature and a drawn lemon on her body. And then I got Priyanka's question mark on mine. Didn't get it tattooed, just because how do you explain a question mark?
Yeah, also I just don't think it would have made a really good tattoo. Because it was done with like a thick Sharpie, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was hard. And then the swap was that I got to stand next to Lemon in the pictures.
Here it is.
I'm forever, what's the word, immortalized? Memorialized? That's for dead people.
Yeah, immortalized with
Immortalized
lemon, I think,
in a
is the
photo
way.
with Lemon. That's me. Stamp that on my headstone, and then I will be memorialized with Lemon. So that, oh god, that's on my left leg. Up on my left leg. It's just so the girl who's done my entire upper body. I was just in one day, and she's got the, like the you put in.
The get what you get.
Yeah, get what you get kind of flash, and I like most of it. And I just thought, I just need a little something. I hadn't been tattooed in a month, so I was like, what's up, something? But I was broke, and it was like £80, and I was like, banging. Love that. So you put your little thing in the gumball machine, spin, 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 and I pulled out that. And I was very pleased, because actually, when I was looking at it, I was like, I want that one, so I don't want the rest of them on my body. And then I pulled that one out, I was like, manifestation at its finest. A truly glorious moment.
I've always wanted to do one of those get what you get.
So fun,
Yeah,
but so stressful. Like while that little gumball was turning, I was like, "Don't give me my head, don't give me my head." Like there was like obviously like like bee and stuff. I don't want to be on me. Don't want to be on me.
Yeah, cool.
But I don't. So all worked out in the end. On the back of my left leg, we're working up. I have in like a diamond. It's obviously a bit more blown out. It's my second tattoo I ever got, and it's another matching tattoo that I have with my best friend Tom. And how we ended up getting this, obviously we were on the skiing society at uni, and we went on this trip. VT says it on the tattoo, skis, crossing it, and Tom kept giving me odds. And have you ever been to uni or just played with a rowdy crowd? Odds on, it's your worst enemy. So he kept going, odds on getting matching tattoo. He asked me so many times, and I kept winning. And he was like, odds on getting a matching tattoo. And one day I lost. And I was like, alright, bet. So a couple months later, we got it done.
I love that.
Sweet.
That's great.
Yeah. It was for the crack. And I think for like my second ever tattoo, which my first one was also a matching tattoo. A real rogue. So I had no original artwork on my body for a long time. So these are ones I got done at uni. Like the one, my first matching tattoo was probably like 7 years ago. And then I got that next one later in the year, and then that was it for ages. Like, that's all I had. And I kept forgetting about them. I walked past the mirror and I'm like, what's on my leg? Snake.
Did it hurt? Can you remember?
Very twitchy.
Oh yeah.
Back of the calf. And so obviously I was like laid belly out on the bed, and this was Harry, so he was working at the bottom of the bed, like over my foot to like hold my foot down, because after even like, because just the way your nerves are sat there, it's kind of like the knee-jerk reaction when you tap your knee.
Yeah.
You get the same kind of twitchiness in your calf, and my leg just kept going up, up, and I was like, I'm so sorry. And again, like, second ever tattoo, the other one took like 2 minutes. I was in for like 40 minutes with this one, and I didn't know what to expect, so I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm stalking you.
Yeah, it is strange. Yeah, you'd be like,
Yeah. And again, originally, Tom went first, and because originally I wanted it here, where my other diamond one is, and Tom came out on the back of his leg, and I went, oh, I fuck with that. I was like, I'm gonna get it there as well. So we have it on, I don't know, it's the same leg, but it's same location on our leg. Yeah. Now I've got my little mushroom. That's one of my more recent pieces. This was done by an apprentice. Dirt cheap, it was 40 quid in this. I did not have a good time with this tattoo. And I haven't said that about very many tattoos. You know, it's like, because normally you can gauge from the first line. You'll know within the first line whether you're in for the worst time of your life, or if you think, yeah, I'll get through this.
Yeah.
And it just felt like the equivalent, like the feeling equivalent to hearing nails on a chalkboard. Like just like pulling, I could feel it pull my skin. And it's evident in like some of the, like, you know, the wonky lines, some are blown out. And again, this girl's an apprentice. It is what it is. But obviously I think the issue had come from, it seemed like the apprentices were just left upstairs on their own.
Yeah, I couldn't believe this story when you said it.
Yeah, and again, this is like my first like proper apprentice tattoo. Like Harry was an apprentice, but I was also an apprentice tattooee. So I didn't know what crack was. Whereas now, I'm at least a junior tattooee.
Maybe more than that.
But yeah, again, I didn't know what the going, you know, what people did with apprentices really. Like, it's not my business. But yeah, they were kind of just left upstairs, like no one checked in on us, because I went with a friend who also got a tattoo by the same girl. And we were just like, we'll just go on the same day, because I drive, it's just easier. And this like quite small tattoo took 2 hours. Long. My mate's tattoo had also taken like 2 hours, and we were starving because we thought max for an apprentice an hour each, like max, in and out. We'll get food. We ate before, obviously,
Yeah.
but we'll eat after. Easy peasy. The human body can easily sustain itself for 2 hours. 4 though, and then obviously I was second, so I was already kind of hungry by the time we got there. Our phones were dying. We were so glad to be home, like we really were. But it's a really, really cute tattoo. I love it. It's nice when you wear a little skirt and you can see it peeking out.
Yeah, it looked great like that.
Yeah, my only thing is, so Kim was obviously talking about never be afraid to like mess with stencils and stuff. I am quite complacent for you to stick the stencil on me wherever you goddamn like. I'm not paid to see my own leg. Like 9 times out of 10, I'm like, you're the artist, don't worry about it, it's none of my business, this is what you get paid for. And I just wish, and obviously this is just a hindsight thing, you don't realise it at the time, but it's only when I sat there and really thought about it. I just wish it was a little bit higher, because I eventually want to get like a knee brace tattoo,
Yeah.
and I'm just worried that it's just a little bit too close. But obviously, we can work around that. Obviously, once my leg gets filled out a bit more, it's not going to look as weird.
Yeah.
It's obviously just because my leg's so naked. But we'll get there. I had my entire life for that.
Yeah, it's cute anyway.
Yeah, she's cute. We love her.
Cute.
Strange tattoo, but we love her. Little mushroom eyes. But I got that because I thought it played very well into the next tattoo I have on my leg. And this is by the same artist that did Kim's like creepy cat on the back of her leg. Kim went first to Polly.
Yeah, I did get
Yeah, and Kim was messaging me going, you will love Polly. She was like, you are two peas in a pod, you will have a great time. because at that time I'd only really been to like my tattoo artist studio, so I was really worried about going somewhere else and like would I feel weird, like what would I need to bring, worried it'd be different. Kids like, no, you'll be fine. Turns out I was not fine.
Not because of the eyes.
Oh, Polly's great. 10 out of 10. Lovely, bubbly. I was howling from the second I met her to the second I left. But I am my own worst enemy.
That's true.
Yeah, so this is the biggest tattoo that I had gotten at the time. The most black work still to date that I have had done in one go. And I got there, opened my little bag, so I've got a tattoo bag I bring. And, you know, I pulled out my white monster, you know, my staple, and I went to look and I had nothing else. That was it, like that's all I brought. I'd left my lunch sat on the side in the kitchen, because I actually like, I'll cook lunch, I'll not spend money on getting a meal deal like I normally do. And I bought like a couple of cans of Coke to bring with me. I was like, I'll save money, I'll buy it all before. This doesn't work. Forgot it all. Luckily, they like in the studio they had like a little tray of sweets out, so I just like, and I can't eat most sweets, and I was like, I don't even care. This is like survival of the fittest. So I was just like every second I could have like sugar, and it was like the most pain I've ever had, like tattoo wise. I've had way worse pain than that. Yeah. And I was just like, is the thigh supposed to be sore? Because again, this is like my first major leg piece. And everyone was like, oh, the legs are way easier than the arms. Like, it'll be fine. No. When you were like the upper half of my thigh, my hip was vibrating. When the lower half of my thigh, my knee was vibrating. Awful. But the tattoo's beautiful. I did end up having to tap out early. Because we were getting to the point where I was having to take a break like every 20 minutes. I was visibly shaking.
Yeah.
And Polly was just like, I'm going to tap you out for you. And she was like, just come back. She was like, because there was like another hour of work that needed done. And she was like, an hour while you're in pain, it's going to be forever. She's like, but if you wait 4 weeks and come back, it'll fly by. And it did. So I went back like 4 weeks later after all the scabbing had done. She did all the tidying up, the extra shading and the white highlights. And that was grand.
Yeah, it must have been quite nice getting white highlights after most of it was done.
Yeah. I've not had very many tattoos with white highlights. It's just the mushroom and the dragon, because Sarah doesn't do white. Yeah. She just does black work. Well, with
exceptions, you can do it.
With some exceptions, you know. Right leg, quite simple. I've got a 4-leaf clover on the bottom of my leg, and that's not because I'm Irish. So this is a matching tattoo I have with 3 other girls that I was like very close friends with at the start of uni, and at the time we were like 4 girls and 1 guy that hung out, so we deemed ourselves to be the inverse of the crew from It's Always Sunny. So we give ourselves names from it. I was Mac, the closeted gay, and I was adamant I wasn't gay. And then I came out as bisexual like a few years later, like sobbing. Well, I was like, and everyone was like, yeah.
We knew.
They were like, you've been called Mac for years. Like, what's your problem? And I was like, you knew me so well. And that's just that. Only the 4 girls have the tattoos. I live with one of them still. Very good friends with another, and then I'm not seeing the other one. Even if you don't know the like extra meaning behind it, if you looked and seen I had a 4-leaf clover on my leg and you heard me speak or like knew where I was from, you'd be like, yeah, fair. That's for your heritage. It's not. Not at all. I was on a tattoo ban, and The Apprentice of Kim's tattoo studio, and again featured in her vlog. Not this one, but same artist. So I'd followed him for a while because I'd seen him, because he wasn't tattooing yet when I started following him. Because I followed him through seeing like Rachel announce that he joined the studio. This is Kieran. And I was like, oh, I'll follow it. And then he started doing tattoos. And I was like, do you know what? It's because he's an artist first. Mm-hmm. This is what I find really beautiful about his work, is that it's, without trying to offend other tattoo artists, it looks like art that's been tattooed on the skin rather than tattoo art.
Yeah. It's like classical art.
Yeah. He's got a very specific style of like painting, drawing, and I just think it's so unique. So much so I don't even really have a word to describe it. not an artist.
Yeah, someone will know.
Someone will know, and that's not me. Anyway, it's very beautiful. And he posted the drawing of and also I had kicked off and said no more flowers.
Yes, yeah, you were very adamant. You're like, florals are done.
I was like, I need less florals on me. Like, don't get me wrong, they're beautiful. Florals look so classy, but I just feel like my arms specifically was just becoming a bit too feminine looking for me, and there's no issue with that. Interesting. There's no issue with that. I'm obviously feminine presenting and whatnot, but I dress like a 14-year-old boy most of the time. So the idea of having this big, like, flowery arm really scared me. So I was like, no more flowers, no more tattoos. I'm going to focus on getting my arm done. And he posted this Datura?
Oh, don't ask me.
Pronunciation here. And it's part of the Nightshade family, but it was just so beautiful. And I literally just messaged him like, can I have that? And he was like, yeah.
Yeah, you have it.
And he was on the apprentice rate, so I got it for like 80 quid, which I was like, bargain.
It's a big tattoo.
Yeah, it does take a good chunk of the old leg. Beautiful, love it. No meaning behind it, just wanted it. Which is the same thing that happened to me getting the dragon from Polly.
Yeah.
It was when we were on at night shift together and I, oh, that's nice. Can I have that? I actually wanted a different one, but she said it had already been tattooed. So she drew a different one for me. And I specifically, I forgot to mention these details. I'm going back.
Go back.
Dragon! He's specifically hugging like a treasure chest, which I asked to be added at my request. So this dragon actually imitates Smaug. Big Lord of the Rings fan. Yes, because she was like, since it's going to be your own, like, what do you want him? And I was like, I want him guarding some treasure. That's what dragons be doing. He's a greedy fucker. And so I got it. I got my little treasure chest, which I'm worried about what it's going to look like in the future because it's very dark.
Yeah.
I feel like my dragon's going to merge into one big blob. But we'll deal with that when we get to it.
Yeah, it'd be black. At least, you know, you can put light stuff on top of it. Give it some of this.
More white highlights.
Yeah.
That's what you all want. Yes. Right, so the next one on my leg is actually something that I asked Kieran to do for me. He originally had posted a drawing of just one of the four horsemen, Death, riding his little horse. And he was a skeleton and he looked so cool. And I actually messaged Kieran and I was like, because I loved it. I was blown away by it. And I've been looking for something a bit edgier. You know what I mean? I've got the florals and the nature. And I got a cutesy dragon and a cutesy mushroom. So I was like, I want something a little bit more out there, a little bit more unique, like a little more me, I feel. And like, I'm a dork about lore of any kind. I love all lore. Deep dive, me. And I was like, I love what you've done with this one of the horsemen. I was like, I'd love it if we could work on a piece, like if we could, you know, create a piece that was all for them. And I was like, full creative control to you, because I just love his work, I love his art style. And I was like, you do you. And he was like, where do you want it? And I was like, right, fine. And he was like, anything on there? And I'm like, nah, it's all yours. And that he did. He took up the whole thigh.
But with your Four Horsemen tattoo as well, it's like positioned so like they're rearing up. And it's like the positioning is beautiful.
Yeah.
They're gorgeous.
This actually is sized down from what he originally printed.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord.
Amazing, yeah. Imagine if you got that bigger.
Yeah, literally it takes up like the entire outside of my thigh, like pretty much just above the knee to like almost the hip bone. She's sweet though. I love her so much. Hope to get that finished real soon. So we did one pretty much day sitting.
Yeah.
Shy of like an hour. But like...
Yeah, I guess it would have, because it would have made sense for you to carry on with where you got.
Because we both went in on the same day to film. Kim also paid for part of this as my birthday present.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, so this is obviously just the outlines. Kim has insisted on this tattoo tour before I've got any of my tattoos finished.
I need a break from the film editing, guys.
So here we are. You might get an update later down the line.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But yeah, so it's just the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Please look at the end piece. And just imagine it on my leg.
I'm so excited for you to get that done. It's going to be one of my favourite tattoos ever.
I think same. Like, I'm very excited. I have never seen anyone with this specific style of tattoo on that current topic.
Yeah.
I've seen variations of like horseman tattoos. I don't think one are that common at all.
No.
Correct me if I'm wrong, internet. If you have one, let me know.
Yeah.
We can be friends. At a distance.
Through the internet.
Parasocial relationship. And that's my lower half done. That's it. I told Kim I'd only speak for 5 minutes, and here I am. Next I'll probably do my spine. So basically my spine, I wanted like a sword / dagger on me for ages. And this is one of the very few ones that I spent months looking, but everything looked cringe as fuck to me. Do you know what I mean? Like the sword with a snake or a sword with a rose, all very thick lines. Like I couldn't find the inspiration I was looking for. And then the creation of TikTok came along, and I found like 3-ish like sword designs that I wanted. But what really hooked me in is I found Lord of the Rings, Narsil, the broken sword, and I just thought it was so beautiful, so beautiful. So I sent the inspo off to Sarah, and I was like, I like the idea of the sword being Narsil. I was like, I'm going to add like some vines, like leaves. I said no flowers. It was on my flower ban. No flowers. And yeah, and then that was it. And she created this absolutely beautiful piece. I now feel like I don't have to ever get anything more on my back. Like,
yeah,
it's perfect. I love it. The spine doesn't hurt at all. Kim's tattoo artist Rachel confirmed it because she's got like shoulder to butt done, big piece, and she said the back was really sore for her apart from the spine. She said the rest of it hurt, but like the actual spine itself, and I felt the same. I could have laid there all day just getting work done on the spine.
I can't believe it. I really can't. The idea still scares me to death.
Oh yeah, honestly. But if you want to get your back done without getting your back like done, a lovely spine piece really will just sort you out. Like I think like I actually fucked with like a little tramp stamp.
Oh yeah.
I fuck with them so hard, especially because I have like the center thing. Just one right in the middle at the bottom. God, that'd be so cunty. I'd love it.
Do you know what you'd want?
No. But I just like, I like the tramp stamp placement. It's like, bending over in your little shorts and the pizza. Stop. I love it. Highly recommend getting spine done. Beautiful. Because I put off getting my back done for ages. Because I was like, I can't see it.
Yeah.
What's the point in me spending my money? But like, I'm about to go on holiday. Those bikini pics are gonna look banging. Preach.
Yeah, it's all with cute.
We'll do my naked arm next. I can actually show you stuff now. It's nice. I can't. It's so awkward, please. Believe me, there's one here. It's here on my forearm, and this was like my 3rd tattoo. I've been looking for inspo for ages. The African elephant is like my favourite animal on this entire earth. Oh, I love them so much. Yeah, I could die a happy woman if I just went to go and like see some elephants in real life. Like, not in a zoo in Chester, but like real elephants, like out in the wild, safari style. That's what I'd like to do, safari. I almost regret the colour and the diamond. Just because it's now made it very difficult for me to kind of think of placements, and because I want both my arms covered eventually, but I can't visualise how to incorporate this with anything else. Because it is a standalone piece. It's beautiful, I love it. And at the time, you know what I mean, like 3 years ago, I loved looking at watercolour tattoos, the geometric thing really, like the main reason I wanted the diamond was because it's on the opposite limb to what my diamond like ski tattoo's on. So I thought the symmetry there would be quite nice. It's not symmetry. Juxtaposition would be quite nice. But anyway, I love her. I love her. Like the elephant still. Like I was told by Sarah, obviously like there's yellow on it, and yellow is like one of the first colours to fade. It'll just fade, and they normally don't last very long. And every time I go in, Sarah's like, I can't believe how well the yellow's held up on it. And I was just like, I do no care on these tattoos. So I don't know why. And I can't give anyone any pointers if you want to keep your colour for longer. I think some skin just retains it better than others, and it's just the way of life. Yeah. Suck it up.
You could get the colour removed if you'd wanted to.
No, it's too late now. I like the colour. I love the tattoo.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's quite unique. Like obviously it's got non-unique features to it.
Yeah.
But collectively it is. But my best friend drew this tattoo. Lily Mayer Art, she does pet portraits. We'll attach some things if you want some pet portraits done.
Yeah,
she's very good.
Recommend.
Yeah, buy them for gifts for everyone that love them. So she actually drew this up for me. And then I took it to Sarah, who has done, she did my spine, and she's done, apart from this thing, she's done my entire upper body, and I think it now just will be reserved for her. Which is where we're at. And Sarah did such a beautiful job of translating like the shading and the elephant and everything. It looks so good. I was sending Lily updates all through it, and she was so excited to see like her artwork on someone.
Yeah.
She was just like, this is so cool, I love it. And that's why this is really special to me. Like, it's a mixture of my favourite animal being drawn by my favourite person. This is some little red flower. It like has a bit of meaning. I went and visited one of my best friends in Australia when she lived there for a year. I went for a couple of weeks. And she had one of them tappy tap. Hand poke. Like in like Vietnam or something, you know, as a little memory. And she's like, hers was red. And she's like, I want to get an actual tattoo. She's like, will you get one match me? And I was like, of course I will. Queen of matching tattoos over here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And obviously, like, when you have no tattoos, you fret a lot about where to put it, how big is it going to be, what do I want? Like, you put a lot more thought into it, whereas, like, now I go and I'm like, yeah, slap that on me. Mm-hmm. We'll deal with the rest when we get there. And so she was like, what do you think of this one? What do you think of that one? That's about to die.
You can keep talking if you want. I'll see if I can get the charger in time.
And so I was like, you just tell me what you want done. We'll go. We went very hungover to the studio. The woman who did it was absolutely lovely. But I was so hungover, she was like, where do you want it? And I had it in my left hand. And I just went, there. That'll do. It's just very uneven and stuff. Obviously, I think with being in the sun in Australia and the water, obviously both things you're not supposed to ever get into once you get a tattoo. You're supposed to have it sun for 2 weeks. You're supposed to not get it sunburned. You're not supposed to get in the water with it unless like you've got like second skin on it. But you can't soak it in water, I believe, because obviously you can shower with them. You just can't soak it. So I did all of that. I think I'll keep the design, but I think I'll get it moved so that we can work on something, at least up here, and make me less naked around my shoulders. And then the big one. Finally get there. Oh, the screen's so much brighter now it's on charge. So the first section I got done on my arm is actually this, like, where like you said you got your first tattoo, was like upper arm on the outer. Yeah. Didn't hurt. Originally it was literally like 3 flowers and a stem. And again, it looked fine. It looked like a completed tattoo. And then I was like, I want more. So I got... Which order did I do this?
This is the dilemma, isn't it?
I think I went down first.
Yeah, I think you went down and then you went across.
I went down, then up, then round. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So then I got this like middle section done next. And this is kind of where because I've always said that I wanted something meaningful on me, like, you know, for my family, for my peace of mind. So I have here a partridge bird, and that's my nanny and granddad's surname. And then I have a rose for my nanny Rosie, passed away many years ago, and a lily for my granny Lily, who also passed away. And then I got a lemon. Looks nice. Yeah. But that's like the symbolism I wanted. Yeah. I have it on, and it doesn't look too trashy. And it's when I get up here, obviously, I felt dumb just having arm and like an empty shoulder. Like it was empty, like cut off. There was just like one flower here. So I went to Sarah and I was like, I need it onto my torso, because at this point I didn't have the back tattoo.
Yeah.
And I was like, I have nothing on me. And you said like torso. It's like, it's a shoulder cuff. It's not torso.
Yeah, it just finishes it off really nicely.
Yeah, but again, lots of flowers, you know, it is what it is. And that's when I went, no more flowers. I'm done. Hate flowers. And so I kind of got, we have already plans for the empty gaps, because Sarah stickered me with loads of tattoos, because I sent her a brief and I was like, she'd asked like how much my arm was naked, and at this point this whole bit was naked. I had nothing up the back of my arm at all, nothing on the inside of my forearm really, and she's like, oh, we've got space. And I was like, again, nature, leaves, I said obviously stuff doesn't have to touch, which it doesn't. I've got, you know, they don't have to be interconnected. I've got that main piece and that's enough for me. And I was like, no flowers. And she was like, Sarah, do you remember I could have ringed you out? She's like, do you know how hard it is to do a nature sleeve without some flowers? And I was like, and look at you doing so well. And these are like some of my favourite additions now to my arm. So we have this like fern leaf. This is the only time, might I add, that I've ever had give input on where I wanted stuff placed. Sarah was very proud of me. Because originally the swallow was at the front, and the birds are nice. I don't mind the birds, but I was like, do I want to look at the bird all the time? No. So I actually asked Sarah to move the fern leaf to the front, and she hand drawn on, making it longer, because I was like, I wanted it to come down to like where my arm ended, to feel like the complete sleeve without like getting the cuff that you have. So like it comes right round, ends at the bottom again, can wear a long sleeve top and you wouldn't know it's there. Then these are blackberries.
Yes, that's what blackberries.
This is a swallow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I can't believe you didn't know that.
Sarah was like, here's a bird, and I was like, what bird's that? And she was like, it's a swallow, and I was like, thank you. And I was like, I don't know. And I'm normally very against butterfly tattoos, but she did do me one, and I was like, or moth. I don't know which one it is. I didn't ask these questions. I was like, just put them on my body.
Yeah.
But yeah, on my elbow. This didn't hurt.
That's cute.
Grow up. Doesn't hurt.
How about your elbow ditch? Did that hurt?
Oh, yeah, that hurt, but there's a lot of work in there.
Yeah, that is gorgeous. I think that's such a great placement for an elbow ditch tattoo.
Yeah.
And it's healed so well.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It was the last to heal out of everything.
Yeah.
It took ages. Like, even when all this was perfectly healed, I was still scabbing. Like, right when these thick lines are.
Yeah.
And obviously she had to make these thicker because it just wouldn't hold. Otherwise, your skin's so thin. But yeah, I always forget I had the full ditch done.
Yeah,
Like,
you really do.
Yeah, it's like pretty black. I don't know if you can see in there. But yeah, it's quite nice having the full flower in there.
That's gorgeous.
Closes right in the middle. So then so Sarah already there's 2 more to fill these. Sarah already has the pieces. I can't remember what they are. Because she did the 6 and we like with bits of paper and tape like stickered stuff to me. We spent like 40 minutes and like playing with placement sizes. She had like 5 of each size. And I was like, you just dress me up, I'll tell you if there's anything to change. So we have 2 more to go in that were approved. They were stenciled, but we just ran out of time. Like all these 4 tattoos took like 6 hours. Which is pretty fast because we don't ever stop talking. That's it.
Yeah.
Ear.
Oh, we almost forgot again. We do have a video on this as well. So.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see. I don't know why. I'm like, oh, have a look. Hey, do you see it? Yeah. We went to Krakow for their tattoo fest, and it was very fun. I'm so glad we only decided to do the one day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not hungover, but
no,
dehydrated.
It's still good enough.
Okay, but it was just such a sticky day. You know how humid it was.
We had really weird weather, didn't we? Because it was like fine the first day, then it was ridiculously warm, and then it was pissing it down.
Well, yeah, so we did kind of everything like right though, like perfectly. So we did the salt mines when it was kind of miserable, and we emerged the most beautiful day known to man. It was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then all day Sunday, which today we opted to go to the tattoo fest, was just like muggy, and then it was raining for the second half of the day, and we were like, perfect.
Yeah, this is a great day to be inside.
Yeah, great day. But we spent we forgot where everything was all the time. We'd be walking up and down, we're like, remember this stall? And then we spent ages walking up and down, there was like over like 200 artists there or something.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, where was it? Can't remember. Because every time we were like, oh, they're taking walk-ins, I like this, like we'll come back but I don't see anything else. And then we forget what that was. So Q was doing that for 3.5 hours on repeat.
Yeah.
But I did say, like, in the first run by, I was like, oh, I could get a nice little ear tattoo. But that would be, like, my backup. I wanted, like, an actual piece.
Yeah.
And then it just got to it, and I was like, you know what? It's the only thing I can remember where it is. We must have walked past it, like, 6 times.
There's so many tattoos we didn't get because we just couldn't find where the artists
Like, literally couldn't find. There was one I seen, it was so cool. It's like your rear view mirror in a car. And it had, like, obviously the reflection of, like, someone's eyes in it. But it had, like, a coffin rosary bead charm hanging off the thing. And it was on this mirror. That's all I could remember. And we couldn't find the mirror.
Yeah.
Couldn't find it anywhere. I was like, that's the one I want. I love that. That's so cool. I couldn't find it. So I went, spoke to the girl about getting the ear tattoo. You know, she was like, I'll put you in the queue. I'll mess you on Insta. It could be 2 hours. And we were exhausted. But I was like, right, I guess we'll just sit about and do nothing for 2 hours. So that I can't walk around this hall again. I can't do it.
No.
And then I'm not joking, like 20 minutes later, she's like, oh, can you be ready in 20 minutes? Yeah, I can. Get there, and I literally went to Kim. I was like, oh, I'm going to get that one, like the design I have. And the way she works it is you pick your design when you're getting tattooed. You can't just reserve it because it's first come, first serve. And I was like, that's it. And these girls were like, oh my God, I want that one. And it's the one I wanted. And I did feel tight because it felt like I listened in and went,
oh yeah, I'm gonna.
do you know what? Oh, great idea, ladies. I love that. And obviously the woman who did it was like, which one do you want? And I was like, it's that one.
It's that one that.
And the girls next
right
were like,
now.
no, not that one. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said sorry because I was first in line, but I just felt tight.
But that was the design that was like gonna best suit your ear.
Yeah, we spent ages looking at these ears, by the way. So I got it and laid down, and the woman goes, I can promise you, she's like, I can't say this about any tattoo because obviously every tattoo hurts. She was like, this does not hurt at all. She's like, it's just weird because it's like getting your head tattooed. You can just hear it. It's like in your ear. She's like, that's the only reason it's weird. And I can shit you not an ounce of pain. Not a single second. And it took, you on like 10 minutes?
Yeah, I remember. I literally started when you were getting tattooed. I was like, I'm just gonna wander to the back of the hall, come back down, and I'll get some footage of you getting tattooed. And I did that, and literally did that tiny loop. And your artist was like, "You're done now." And I was like, "Oh." And
then there was the fight to go get cash. That was a whole other story. So we got cash out, but I had to get like a certain amount out.
Yeah, because
so
we were in Poland.
Yeah, in like using the stinky little machine inside like a centre. So obviously there's like a minimum take out of it. So I was like, oh, we need to use this for dinner, and we used it for the airport. And this we go in the morning. I was like, what are we supposed to spend this on? There's too much money. But yeah, it's really nice. So if you want like a neck up tattoo, but you don't want to commit, I don't know, maybe like you might be funny with like work issues, or like, I don't know, you just don't want it on your neck. Little cute ear tattoo. It's adorable, and I literally always forget it exists. And it's so easy to cover with hair.
Yeah.
Headband. You do you?
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
How was the healing? Alright.
I got given nightmare instructions. Like the worst. Obviously they're valid instructions, but obviously you can't really cover your ear because you won't be able to hear. So she was like, you need to you were like creaming and deep massaging 4 hours after getting the tattoo. Like clean, cream and massage, and she's like really working in, so your ears, it's a very dry area of your body because there's nothing to moisturize. There's nothing there. There's no meat on you. It's just cartilage. And she was like, you need to wake up during the night every 4 hours and do it. I was on every 2 hours.
It can't be 2. It must be 4.
I can't remember. It'll be in the other video.
Yeah. No, I don't think we talked about it in
there. We want to know more about Poland. We'll also link that below.
Yeah. It's not the best vlog, but just
we threw that together. I didn't even want to do the video. Kim was like, do this, and I was like, no. It took some convincing.
Yeah, I was in the hotel room and it's like, we need to do it. And you're like, no.
You like stickers, you'll love that vlog. But yeah, it was like, I guess I'm gonna, every 4 hours. 2 hours would be ridiculous. But like every 3 to 4 hours, that's what I'm gonna settle on. Wake up, like she was like, if you could wake up during the night and do it. I was like, no. And then we were traveling, so I didn't do it then. I think it's healed. I think it's healed fine.
It's healed really well. Yeah, it's still dark. It's still none of it's missing.
I imagine in like 5-6 years I might need to get it redone.
Yeah,
Just
I have no idea what the skin on the ears is like for tattoos.
Oh, while she was tattooing my ears, she was like, "This is really weird." By the way, she's like, "Don't," because we little bit of a language barrier. I obviously don't speak Polish, and this lovely girl did speak both Polish and English, but obviously she was like, "My English isn't fantastic," but she spoke fine.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? She's like, "Don't." She's like, "This sounds really weird." She's like, "But you've got really nice ear skin to tattoo." I was like, that's fine.
Thank you.
Thank you. I was like, I didn't know that about myself. You learn something new every day. But apparently most ear skin's like really like rough and pimply.
Oh.
And she said I've got very smooth ears.
Oh. Well, if you ever get your other one done, you can go to your artist and be like, you're in for a treat here.
Smooth ears. Smooth ears. I'm done now. Jump scare.